Hello and welcome to our lesson on figuring out fractions using Lego with Mrs. Kelly. Today we shall be using Lego to visualize the parts of a fraction and what a whole and part look like, as well as strategies to add, subtract, multiply and divide fractions using Lego. Lego has been used in early years classrooms as a unit of measurement, to visualize patterns, and to visualize sorting objects by colors. But today we are going to use it to visualize fractions and develop a love and interest in the world of fractions. What are fractions? Fractions represent equal parts of a whole or a collection. Fractions of a whole, when we divide a whole into equal parts, each part is a fraction of the whole. For example, a whole watermelon can be divided into two equal parts, so each part is 1/2, half and half. A whole watermelon can also be divided into four equal parts, and so each part is 1/4 each. 3 parts out of 4 of a watermelon are left, and so 3/4 of the watermelon is left. Fraction of a collection. Fractions also represent parts of a set or a collection. For example, there are a total of 5 children. 3 out of 5 are girls, and so the fraction of girls is 3/5. 2 out of 5 boys, so the fraction of boys is 2/5, because 2 out of 5 are boys. Types of fractions. The first type of fraction we will be talking about is proper fractions. These are known as proper fractions because their numerators are smaller than the denominator. For example, 3/5 or 3/5. 3 is much smaller than 5, and hence we have a proper fraction. The next kind of fraction we will talk about is improper fractions. These are fractions whose numerators are larger than the denominator. For example, 18/5. The numerator 18 is way larger than the number 5, or the denominator 5. So each pentagon, which is present here, is cut into 5 sections, and each section has 18 pieces, orange pieces. The next type of fraction we will talk about is unit fractions. These are fractions that have the numerator as 1, like half, 1/4, 1/5, 1/9. The other kind of fraction that we will talk about is mixed numbers. These fractions are a combination of whole numbers and fractions. For example, whole number 2 and 2/3, which is the fraction. Our final kind of fraction is equivalent fractions. These fractions look different in terms of numbers, but in terms of visualization, they're all the same. So half is equal to 2/4 is equal to 3/6. Because if you reduce these fractions, they all reduce to half. And hence, despite being shown differently in each pizza, they are all equal in value. So for example, here half a pizza is shown as half. Here the pizza is divided into 4 pieces and 2/4 of the pizza is shown. Here the pizza is divided into 6 pieces and 3/6 of the pizza is shown, or 3 pieces out of 6 pieces of the pizza are shown. And hence, despite being different in visualization, they're equal in value. How many parts make a whole? So a whole can be composed of 3/4 portions, or 2 halves, or 4 portions, 1/4 each, or 6 portions of 1/8 each. What makes up a whole number? A whole number is made up of various combinations of fractions. One combination is 2 halves make a whole. Another combination is 3/4 plus 1/4 makes a whole. Another combination is 1 that is shown here, which is half plus 1/4 plus 1/4 makes a whole. Another combination is 4 halves of 1/4 each makes a whole, and so on. Adding fractions with common and different denominators. When we add fractions with common denominators, we must make sure the bottom numbers are the same. Add the numbers on top and put it on top of the denominator, and then simplify the fraction if needed. If the denominator is different, check if the denominators are the same. Multiply the denominator of the second fraction with the numbers in the first fraction, and vice versa. That is, the denominator of the first fraction with the numbers in the second fraction. Once the denominators are the same, add the numbers on top and put it on top of the denominator. Simplify the fraction as needed. Now let us visualize this strategy using Lego. Adding fractions with common denominators. So here we are going to look at a whole and all the basic parts of a whole, like 3/4, 1/4, and 1/8. So when we add like denominator fractions, like 1/4 plus 3/4, it equals to 4/4, which is equal to 1, which is a whole. So therefore, 1/4 part plus 3/4 part equals a whole. Now when we add numbers with different denominators, what we do here is we multiply 8 into 3, which is 24, and 8 into 4, which is 32. And then we multiply 4 into 3, which is 12, and 4 into 8, which is 32. So 24 plus 12 equal to 36 by 32. And when we reduce the fraction, we get 1 and 1/8. Subtracting fractions with common denominators and different denominators. When we subtract common denominator fractions, we must make sure the bottom numbers are the same. We must subtract the top numbers and put it on top of the denominator. Then we must simplify the fraction if needed. When we subtract different denominator fractions, we must check if the denominators are the same. Multiply the denominator of the second fraction with the numbers in the first fraction and vice versa. Once the denominators are the same, subtract the numbers on the top and put it in order on top of the denominator. Simplify the fraction as needed. So here, when we minus 3/4 from 1/4, we get 2/4, and after simplifying the fraction, we get half. And hence, 3/4 part plus 1/4 part, when subtracted from each other, gives 2/4 part, which when divided becomes half of the whole. Subtracting fractions with different denominators. Here, when we minus 3/4 from 5/8, we multiply 8 into 3, which is 24, and 8 into 4, which is 32. And then we multiply 4 into 5, which is 20, and 4 into 8, which is 32. So we get 24 minus 20, which is 4 by 32, which is equal to 1/8. And hence, 3/4 part minus 5/8 part equals to 4 by 32 parts, which when reduced is 1 by 8 or 1/8 part of the whole. Divide fractions with common denominators and different denominators. You flip the second fraction, which is known as a reciprocal, multiply the first fraction with the flipped fraction, and find the numerator and denominator. Then divide the numerator by denominator and get your simplified fraction result. So let us see dividing fractions with common denominators using Lego. So here, 3/4 divided by 1/4. The denominators are the same, and so 3/4 divided by 1/4, we have to flip the fraction. So that would be 12 divided by 4. So that would be equal to whole number 3. So you see 3 wholes. Therefore, 3/4 part divided by 1/4 part equal to 3 wholes. Dividing fractions with different denominators. Over here, when we flip the fraction, we get 8 into 3, which is 24, and we get 6 into 4, which is also 24. So 24 divided by 24 is equal to 1. Therefore, 3/4 part divided by 6/8 part equal to 1 whole. Multiplying fractions with common and different denominators. You multiply the top numbers or numerators, multiply the bottom numbers or denominators, and simplify the fraction as needed. So let's have a look at multiplying fractions using Legos. So here, 3/4 into 1/4 is equal to 3/16 part. Because 4 into 4 is 16 and 3 into 1 is 3. Multiplying fractions with different denominators. Here, 3/4 into half. So 4 into 2 is 8 and 3 into 1 is 3. So 3/8. Thank you all for watching my video. If you liked my video, please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you all enjoyed learning about fractions today.